Hey, this Russell of Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Today is Wednesday, right? So normally I do my daily, or no, excuse me. Normally I do on air with Russell of Hotels on Tuesday, but because I was out of town, I was traveling yesterday. I couldn't do it. So let's just say today is Tuesday, okay? But it is actually Wednesday. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hey, I'm trying out a new platform today. I'm not sure how this thing is going to go down. I really don't know. I've been trying to find or research and experiment with different platforms. That's costing me a heck of a lot of money just to try these things. I've been using Ecamm, but Ecamm wasn't doing exactly what I needed it to do with the comments and stuff like that. So then I tried StreamYard. StreamYard was not exactly what I wanted. Um, and now I'm on Restream, which I've used before, but used it differently. So now today I'm going directly from Restream. Normally I would do something else I would go through Ecamm and then it would communicate with you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I don't even know what I'm talking about. But it would communicate with Restream, but I was able to use my own camera, right? Well, I can't for whatever reason I can't do that with this version of Restream. So bottom line, I've used like three different platforms, and none of them are doing exactly what I want them to do. So anyway, so but like they say, the show must go on. So I still have to do it, right? So I'm like, you know what? I don't know even how this is going to go, how this thing is going to turn out. But let me, what I can do. Hold on one second. I'm going to see if this is live. It should be live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube. So let's just at least see if that's the case. Okay. All right. I think I see something here. Like I said, I'm not sure how this whole thing is going to play out. I mean, I won't know until I actually, finish doing it and then see from there. But the chat should be open. So if you're around and you want to chat on LinkedIn, on YouTube, I should be able to see the notes here. Okay. So I should be able to, if you're on there and you're watching, make a comment, just say, hey, whatever, F off, I don't know, whatever you want to say, because I want to just see if it's going to come on and then I'll put it on the screen. So in real time. Okay. So there we go. So once again, I'm live. I'm back in LA, live in LA. But I'm live on YouTube and live on LinkedIn. Okay, so the chat is open, so feel free to make your comments if you will. This is show number 315 on air with Russell of Hotels. I did have a topic today, but I don't, like I said, I'm trying to figure this thing out. So I'm going to talk about some things that kind of, revealed themselves over the last couple of weeks, right? You meet with a lot of people and you have conversation with people. I have one-on-one appointments, during the program, which was small and boutique meetings. That's a North Star event. That was in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is my first time in Knoxville. In fact, this picture right here that I'm in front of or whatever, this is actually in downtown Knoxville. So this is my first time in Knoxville. I was pleasantly surprised. I've been to Nashville, I've been to Memphis, but never to Knoxville. And this is where University of Tennessee is. So it was great. It was fun. It was more to do than I thought it was going to be. That's why you go to these. Isn't that why you attend these things? You attend these things because you don't know what to expect. You want to go and discover, uncover whatever the heck you want to do. You want to explore if that's what you do, and then see if it's a viable destination for your groups, right? Or your groups, or whatever, your associations, your corporate group, your sports teams that may be playing or whatever in that particular area. We stayed at the Marriott, which is a great hotel. Love the Marriott. It's called the Marriott Knoxville downtown. So right smack dab in the middle of downtown. And it actually has this 302 rooms, right? But it has an 82 room luxury hotel attached to it. It's called the Tennessean, which is a great option, right? Let's just say you have some VIPs that you want to put up in the Tennessean because, they're a little highbrow. They want, more services or more luxury than some of the other attendees, right? So you put them there, and then you put the rest of the people in the Marriott, which is still not a bad place. I mean, it's just that maybe a little bit of elevated experience, if you will, at the Tennessean. So it'd be ideal for, like, say you had a board meeting, like a board of about 30 people or whatever. The Tennessean would be great for that, right? It has its own restaurant, has a bar over there. I mean, it's just cool. Has its own elevators. I mean, hey, you need to check it out. So if you haven't been in Knoxville, you need to check it out because I was pleasantly surprised. And did you know that the World's Fair was in Knoxville in 1982? I didn't know that either. In fact, that whole park and this right here was probably built back in 1982 for the World's Fair. They have I guess it's called a spear or maybe an observation deck. I tried to show it on here, but you couldn't see the top of the spear. I don't know how I took the photo, but you couldn't see the top of the spear. You can just see I guess the stairway or the long part that leads up to the spear. And you couldn't see it. It didn't make sense to show it like that. They'd be like, "What the heck is that? What is that?" So anyway. So this is the monologue. So I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to incorporate some of the old things I was doing on Ecamm into this Restream. So I'm going to see, like this is the monologue. So I'm just basically talking, and then I'm going to do the intro and then come back. And I just want to see if I know what the hell I'm doing. That's actually what I want to see. But make comments. Feel free to make comments. I do want to see just one person needs to make a comment. I'm not going to call you out. Just well, at least I'll mention you, but just someone make a comment. I don't care if you're on LinkedIn or YouTube. If you don't follow me on either one of those platforms, please do so. LinkedIn, Russell L. Edmond, and on YouTube, Russell of Hotels. Okay, so feel free to do that. I would appreciate it. But I'm going to do the intro real quick, and I'm going to see how that's going to work out. And then we'll be right back. Okay. Hey, I'm back, right? So it's not a smooth transition. It's not as smooth as I thought it was going to be, but I'm trying. So, like I said, this is a new thing I'm doing. This is a Restream. I want to see how this works out. I'm actually looking at it on my phone right now just to see how it's going. So we're going to see. We're going to see, right? We're going to see how this whole thing works out. But just bear with me. Like I said, this is all new to me. But yeah, so I've been back-to-back trips. I had back-to-back trips. So I was at IMAX, which was in Vegas last week. What is this? Never miss. Oh, never mind. So I was in Vegas last week for IMAX, right? So which was a huge thing, and they say there was, like they set a record of attendance. I'm not sure how many people, but if it was 15,000 or more, I would say, yeah, definitely that. It was definitely it's probably more. It seemed like the flow was a lot greater, meaning it took a lot longer to get through certain areas because there were so many people. And I mean, the people running around like ants. Okay, so, but no, I enjoyed it. I definitely made some good contacts or connections, and saw some people that you haven't seen in a while. Maybe clients, former clients, and things like that. So it was good, right? So I had a good time, and I was not hosted, right? So I think I had mentioned that before. I attended and I was not hosted. So this is the first time. I think this is my 5th time overall going. I was hosted 4 times prior to last week. But this time I said, you know what? I don't want to be hosted. I just want to experience it on my own. Not being hosted means you have to pay your own for your hotel and your transportation to get there. And you're not obligated to do a lot of the appointments that if you're hosted, the person or the company or organization that's hosting you requires that you do so many appointments a day. And I want to say that like 6 to 9 appointments a day. And that wasn't for me. Okay. So I wanted to do it on my own. And I probably did probably total, maybe about 6 or 7 appointments total. Okay. For 3 days. So actually I only did 2 days. I only did Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay. But it was good. It was good to go to to get invited to some of the receptions, other receptions other than what you're required to do. So if Hilton was, if Hilton invited me for a reception, I was able to go there. If Sonesta invited me, I was able to do that. If Fiesta Americana invited me, I was able to do that because I was not hosted by someone else. Like if I was hosted by Hilton, I would have to do everything that Hilton had, right? So I was able to do multiple brands, see multiple companies, organizations, DMCs, DMOs, whatever. So that was good. So will I consider being hosted again? Of course, no, definitely. I guess it just depends on who's doing the hosting and where am I staying, that kind of thing. So anyway, but I stayed actually at the someone actually gave me a colleague, a friend, or whatever, gave me a free room at one of the hotels. It was the Strat, which is the Stratosphere Hotel, and I think I showed some photos, but I think I have some more photos to show you just in case you didn't see them, right? And I was pleasantly surprised by that hotel as well, right? So I'm like, okay, all right, you sleep on some of these hotels, right? And you're like, well, you listen to the noise, right? Sometimes we let people, dictate, what we think, get in our heads. Like, oh, that hotel sucks. Don't stay there, or this and that, or that destination is whack, whatever. Well, my thing is, I got to check it out for myself because at the end of the day, clients are asking me, hey, we're having this meeting, blah blah blah. Uh, What do you think a good? What do you think would be a good hotel for this? We're going to this destination. What hotel would you suggest we stay in? So my job is to, take that group into consideration, knowing everything about the group, right? Before I can make an informed decision on, yeah, I think this hotel worked for you, or no, it wouldn't. So every group, I always say this, though, this is my new thing. This is my new thing. I've been thinking this, but I just started saying this, right? There's a hotel for every group and a group for every hotel. Okay. Not every hotel is going to use not every group is going to use every hotel, right? If you're a group that have this, this elevated experience, they have this air about them, and they're not just going to take any hotel, well, then you wouldn't show them anything less than a 5 diamond, 4 diamond hotel. I would say maybe just stick at the 5 diamond, right? So it's going to be less to choose from, but that's what they want, right? But if you have a sports team that's there and they're just in and out, and it doesn't really care about like a youth sports team, that they really don't care about, the entire hotel. They just care about they're gonna be sleeping here. They just need breakfast, and they're out for the rest of the day, right? Well, maybe more a select service or a limited service hotel would be, more in line with that particular group. So you just have to know your group, right? You have to know that specific group, what they like, what they don't like, what they're expecting. Price points are different for every hotel and for every group. So, but you have to know your group, right? You have to know the ins and outs and the intricate details of what that group want, what they want. I have some groups that for their meeting space, they have to have windows. They have to have natural lighting, and that's just it, right? So, does it limit? Is the pool of hotels limited? Yeah, it is. Okay, but they know that because they know what they want. Okay. And they're looking for an elevated experience. Okay. So I'm not taking anything less for that particular group. So don't let people, like I said, going back to my job is because I have different groups. Groups come in different sizes, shapes, or whatever for me, right? So it's not just one thing. I have a hodgepodge of markets that I deal with: corporate, association, Smurfy stuff, sports, all that stuff, right? So, high end, low end, whatever, middle of the road. So it's like I said, it's not one fits all. So I don't let people get in my ear and taint my decision on anything. It's basically what the group is, what the company or the organization, my client, what the group is looking for, and that's what I'm trying to, figure out. So when I get opportunities to go to a Nashville or Vegas or wherever else, a Greenville, South Carolina, I'm going there with my eyes open. Okay, my eyes and ears open because I don't know what that destination has because I've never been there before, and I never know what my clients are going to want. And it just so happens there are some gyms in Greenville, South Carolina. And I've actually booked there several times, booked there, booked Charlotte, booked some of these out of the way destinations that some people wouldn't give, they wouldn't look twice at. But that's why I never let people get in your head and say, oh, you're going to Knoxville? What's in Knoxville? Oh, you're going to Greenville? I never even heard of that. Like, well, then maybe open up the map, okay? Do a geography lesson you never heard of. But anyway, Providence, Rhode Island. What's there? Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, Unksville. What is it called? Unksville, Connecticut. Unksville, where is that? Well, believe me, I said the same thing about that one. Unksville, I'm like, I don't know what the heck that is, but I've been there. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get back to what I'm trying to do here. So what was I said I was gonna do? I was gonna do something. So I'm trying to show you some of the hotels. And let's see, is it right here? See, I'm still trying to figure this thing out, right? So I know I can make myself disappear, right? And you should still be able to hear, yeah, you still should be able to hear me. Oh, 1 second. So, okay, I think it said my mic is muted. Hold on 1 second. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna show you these rooms that or I'm gonna show you my hotel room. So I'm just gonna do it and don't even. So okay, so I'm not sure if that was muted or not. I don't know. Like I said, this is all experimental. Okay, I'm gonna come back and look at this and evaluate if this is a good platform or not. You can feel free to make your comments too if that's what you want to do. But no one is making comments. But feel free to do so. Okay, the comments are open. You can make comments. In fact, let me. You know what? Make a comment and see. Let me see if I can make a comment. Let me see if I can make a comment. Action needed. Hello. Hello. Let's see. I just said hello. Oh, okay. There you go. See, I'm on LinkedIn and it says hello. So that was me. I did that. So you can do the same thing. You could do the same thing. Let me see if I go over to YouTube. See, sometimes you just have to do the stuff yourself because no one's going to help you. Okay. Remember how I say you got to be the one out there shaking the pom poms. You got to be your best advocate. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So let me see. Is this the same thing? Let's see. Where's the live on here? My videos. No. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, okay. There's a live right here. Okay. I see me. I see me. Okay. Hello again. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Okay, let's see. It should be from YouTube. Boom! There you go. Okay. So it is working. So that's one thing that I was missing using the other platform where you could not either I could do, live YouTube, but I couldn't do live conversations on LinkedIn. So now that I've solved that problem, this is okay. Only thing I got to solve now is the camera part of it. So, but let me go back to LinkedIn. So yeah, feel free to make your comments. This is a good thing. Feel free to make your comments. Let's see. Let's go back to LinkedIn. LinkedIn. So yeah. So let's see. So please bear with me. Bear with me. I'm with you. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay. So we're there right there. Okay. So feel free, once again, I'll say it again 100 times, I've already said, feel free to make your comments on LinkedIn and YouTube. They will be in real time and I can make comments back to you in real time. So there you go. So there you go. So I showed you some rooms. I don't have this other thing queued up, but I will definitely go over it. So, okay. So during the show, both shows. So during IMAX, which was last week, and then during the last couple of days that I spent in Knoxville, you have one-on-one appointments, right? And a lot of people don't know exactly what I do. I mean, they know I do hotel site selection or meeting planner. They know that portion of it, but they don't know about the fact that my whole thing, my big thing is elevating brands, right? You meet people, you talk about their brands, whatever brand it is, hotel brand or whatever, convention and visitors bureau or DMO or DMC or whatever their brand. Well, a lot of people don't realize that everyone does not know your brand exists. Okay. So I'm having this conversation with somebody just yesterday, and she happened to be with Hard Rock Hotel in Florida. I can't remember which hotel in Florida she was in, which Hard Rock she was in Florida. I can't remember. So the name escapes me. So feel, sorry. But what she was saying is, she said, there's people, and it's just a conversation. She said, there's people down the street that don't even know our hotel is there. And she was, because we were talking about her budgets, budgets are due, and she put in to do a lot more trade shows or conferences for next year, 26, right? So I listened to this, right? I didn't say anything. I didn't say, well, how much social media do you do? Well, I happened to look at I just looked at general Hard Rock Cafe or Hard Rock Hotel, just to see what kind of content they are putting out there. And it's very sparse, right? And it's nothing that's talking about the brand. It's nothing that's telling a story. It's not about individuals. It's just people, just maybe just kind of some type of advertising, some type of promotion, maybe some actors, something that's kind of perfect, right? Well, that's not what people want to see. People want things that are a little bit more organic, if you will. They want that user generated content. That's the stuff that people are looking for. That's what resonates with people. Storytelling resonates with people. The sales managers doing lives and talking about, oh, this is what drew me to this hotel, or this is how I got into hospitality, or hospitality chose me because of this. Those are things that people look for. They're not looking for everything perfect, and with actors and all that. No, they want some real life damn people up in there. Okay. So those are things that we're missing the point on. And for someone to say that, a sales manager said this, okay, that people don't even know their hotel like is down the street from them. They may live in the area or they may frequent the area, but they're not familiar with that brand, the Hard Rock Hotel brand. They're just not familiar with it. I mean, it's relatively new, but you have to get things out there. I mean, there's brands. There's every hotel, no matter what the name on the building is, they can have 1,000 hotels nationwide or worldwide. But we're only specific. If you're a sales manager, you're only worried about the brand that you work for, the location that you work for, right? So if I'm in downtown Los Angeles and I know there's, sister hotels all over the world, you're not worried about all them. You're worried about the one that you work in, right? So make sure the one that you work in, you're talking about that one, or you're, talking it up. You're doing social media things. And we cannot wait until we get to a trade show to start talking about our hotel. That's where we're missing the point. We cannot wait to get to an IMAX or small and boutique meetings or destination east, destination west, or southeast or midwest. We cannot connect, smart meetings. We can't wait to get to those places before we start talking our hotels up, right? Or our DMOs or our DMCs. We should be doing that throughout the year, right? We can't just wait for this big blow up, blow out, and like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this now. No, you have to do it now. You have to do it right now. So you have to continuously get your brand out there. Also, AIC hotels. Has anyone heard of AIC hotels? I had heard about them, but I didn't know which hotels they had. Okay. So that's another brand that should be, doing a lot of things via social media because no one knows that brand exists. Now, it's made up of some, from what I understand, it's made up of some Hard Rock hotels and things like that, but no one knows what AIC is, what they stand for. So in order for people to know, you have to show. In order for people to know, you have to show it. Meaning you have to, show things on social media. You have to be involved in social media. You want to elevate your brand, right? That's what it's all about. It's all about visibility, and visibility leads to elevation of your brand. Okay, brand awareness. People will know, and then once people know, then what will it lead to? More than likely, it's going to lead to some bookings. But you have to start somewhere. Okay, you got to start somewhere. So real quick, in fact, you know what? This is bothering me. Let me see. Oh yeah, yeah. The sound is there. Okay. See, I had to turn the sound up to make sure the sound was there. Okay. So just real quick, I think I have like three things, four things. I'll just do all five. What the heck? Okay. So these are things that I talked um, about elevating your brand, or what these hotel companies should be doing. AIG, Hard Rock, or any other hotel. It doesn't. It's not limited to those two. Those are the people I happen to meet with and have a conversation with. But it doesn't limit it to those brands, right? Because across the board, no matter if I work for a Marriott or Hilton, a lot of them still are not doing anything to elevate their brand. They're not being visible. Because remember this, and I say this all the time, people buy you, they don't buy the hotel. They're interested in you as a person, right? You're the one that's selling the brand, okay? But the brand starts with you. You're the main brand that people will buy from. Okay. So if I'm Russell of Hotels, Russell Edmond, if I'm Russell of Hotels, they know my services, or I do hotel site selection, and I help people elevate their brand and this and that. Well, they're not buying that portion of it. They're buying me because I'm the one that's doing it, right? I'm the one that's offering the site selection business. It's not some, widget. It's me. Okay. So if you're a sales manager, they're buying from you. Okay. So whoever I met the other day, all the people, I'm buying from you. Like Lori Dobbs with with visit Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, we happen to book, me and my client actually booked a program there maybe about 3 weeks ago, right? At the Hartness Hotel in Greenville, South Carolina. Well, I bought, Lori pitched the city, the destination. I was able to see things and talk to her about, what goes on there. So she's the one that's selling me on it, right? Greenville didn't call me. Lori Dobbs did, right? She's my sales representative, right? So she's the ambassador for Greenville, South Carolina. So I bought from her. Okay. I didn't buy from Greenville because Greenville can't talk to me. They're not calling me. They're not emailing me. They're not sending me a proposal. Okay. No, I don't send the RFP to Greenville. Okay. No, I send it to Lori, and she's the one that responded to me. So that's what I mean. If you didn't understand what I was talking about, you should understand now, right? So we just need to make sure that we're the ones, the brand starts with us personally. And we are the ones that have to be out there telling the story about our destinations, about our hotels, about our DMCs, what services we offer. And for AV companies, same thing. Okay. We need to because there's many, just like there's many hotels, many choices to make for hotels. There's many choices to make with AV companies too. Oh, we do this, we do that. For the most part, they almost do the same thing, right? Oh, I can go here, I can go there. Okay, well, this one can go here and there too. This one is worldwide too. But I'm buying from that one person. I'm not buying from XYZ. I'm not calling XYZ AV company. I'm calling Joe Smith, who works with that company, because Joe Smith is the one that's calling me. Or I saw Joe Smith on social media and he's just blowing up and he's posting all the time, right? So I'm gonna go with Joe Smith, okay? Because Joe Smith is the one that returns my phone calls. XYZ uh, audio visual is not. It's Joe Smith, okay? So it's all about the people involved. It's not about the actual box, because we get caught up in, we think the box is going to call us. No, the big box is not going to call us. The meeting space is not going to call us. Okay. It's not that. So make sure we are out, we're visible, we're letting people know. Yeah, this does not take the place of doing one-on-one appointments. I'm not saying that. This will, it's something added. It's a value add. Okay. That, okay, now, okay, I like this property. Now I happen to see, Russell doing this, or he's talking about this, he's talking about that. And I can call and talk to him and ask him questions. Those are the things that you want, right? You want people to pick up the phone and call you. You want people to email you. You want people to do all that, the text message, whatever it is, and be accessible. That's another thing. Be accessible. Make sure people have your cell phone number. If that's what you get, if that's how you do most of your business, make sure they have your cell phone number, so they can text you. They can text you all hours of the night. Woo! Okay. So there's 5 things that I would do. Okay. If you're a brand, what would you do? What would you do to increase visibility? Okay. Build brand visibility and awareness. What would you do? Number 1, showcase brand personality through storytelling. Okay. Tell a story. Okay. You have to tell a story. And I'm not going to go through all this. I'm going to put all this stuff on my website. Okay. So I'll put it on my blog, which is russellofhotels.com. Normally I would have all that stuff here, but I'm not that organized today because I'm using a new platform. So, okay. So help me out. Okay. Just help me out. Be patient with me. And so I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, but I'm going to put it on my blog. Okay. So just go russellofhotels.com, go to the blog, hit the button, bing, and it'll just pop up. So number 1, showcase brand personality through storytelling. Okay. Like create short form videos, feature why we choose hospitality interviews, like interviews of, people that work there or salespeople or whatever, or just you, right? Talk about why you chose to work at this hotel. Oh, I worked at many hotels, but this one, it was great. It was brand new, or there's a story, there's a story about it, and it was built here, it was built there, it was built in the 50s, and I love it. Whatever the heck it is, tell the story because it's going to resonate with somebody. Number 2, elevate presence on LinkedIn or social media channels. Elevate your presence. People have to know who you are, what you do, and how you can help. There's no other way around it. They need to know that. But for whatever reason, we don't want to let people know. We don't want to come on and do a live. We don't want to come on air with Russell of Hotels and let Russell ask the questions. Do that. That's another thing you can do. We can have conversation. This is all about conversation. Because people say, oh, I don't want to be interviewed. Well, I don't interview anybody. I don't want to interview anyone. I want to have a conversation about how you got in this industry, why you chose that hotel. What's that perfect client look like to you? Those kind of things. What's going on at your hotel? I understand you just went a renovation. Oh my God, yes, we did. We have 250 brand new rooms. We did this, we did that. We have floor to ceiling windows in our rooms. I mean, whatever the heck it is, it gives you a chance to talk. And I like to say brag about it, right? You get a chance to brag about yourself. Who doesn't like to talk about themselves and brag about your property or your destination? There you go. I mean, that's what I would do. Or I'm in Knoxville. Oh, we have this great downtown area. We have this waterway that goes through. We have the park, and we can utilize the park. We're at the Marriott, and we can utilize the park because we own the park, or whatever the heck it is. We can set up whatever you want. We're right across from the convention center. I mean, all those things you can talk about when you are having a conversation on a live like this. Okay. I mean, those are things. It's all about elevating your brand. It's creating that brand awareness, which a lot of brands think that everyone knows who they are, right? They think they know. Your family doesn't even know that. Okay. Who you are, what you do, and how you can help, people. You're not going to be able to help everyone, right? Everyone doesn't need a meeting. Everyone doesn't want to stay in the hotel, right? You're not going to be able to help everyone. So the people that you can help, you keep it moving, right? Okay. Nice meeting you. Keep it moving. You know how we have that elevator pitch, the old thing of getting the elevator and, between floors, you're telling your whole story, right? Well, just ask those three questions. If someone asks you something, just answer those three questions: who you are, what you do, and how you can help. Boom. Sounds easy to me. That's what I do. And I keep it moving because you can't help. Everyone's not interested in that. You just keep it going. It's okay. It's all right. Number three, leverage user generated content and influencer collaborations. Yeah, everybody would talk about your hotel, right? So you want to engage your guests. You want your guests to start posting things on your behalf, right? Give them an incentive to do it. Is that, I don't know, a free drink, free appetite? Everybody's not going to do it. First of all, everyone is not going to do it. Okay. And they have to make sure they tag you so you see that, right? So if it's on Instagram, if it's on LinkedIn, if it's on YouTube, whatever, make sure it's measurable where it comes back to you, right? So if you're tagged on something, it comes back to you. You get notification and like, oh my God, Russell, he talked about our hotel. So give him a free drink, take a percentage off of his guest room. I don't care what it is. Get something. People, get something that will motivate people to do things for you. That's a lot of things I don't see. I don't go to hotels. I don't see their website. They say, hey, we like user generated content. Post about our hotel and we'll give you something back. Who's doing that? Who is doing that? Nobody. See, that's the thing. I mean, I'm coming up with stuff that people are not doing. People are not even thinking about. Let's get our head out of the clouds. I was gonna say get your head out of something else, but get your heads out of the clouds. And if we listen, we would get it. We would be so far ahead, so much further ahead. Number four, expand B2B brand awareness via industry events. Yeah, we go to the IMEXs and the North Stars and the destinations and the smart meetings and the connects. We do all that stuff, right? So make sure we're okay. Let me just read this. They're often at trade shows, but not always seen and remembered. Sponsor like a breakfast, or just like at yesterday at small and boutique meetings, which is a North Star event. Certain CVBs or certain hotels sponsored the breakfast or whatever. That gives you an opportunity. If you sponsor something, that gives you an opportunity to do what? Go up there. They give you, I don't know, 5 minutes to go up there and show a video about your destination, you or your hotel, your DMC, whatever the heck it is. Get up there and do it. I mean, you got to have the money to provide the breakfast and all that, but you want to sponsor certain things. That's a good way of getting your information out there. Or you get the floor, you get the microphone. You have any questions, or you open up for questions and answers, right? Why not? If you pay, they're going to do that, right? So take advantage of those things. Take advantage. Focus on visibility. Visibility equals brand awareness, and brand awareness equals brand excitement. You want people to be excited about your brand, right? But if you're not talking about it, no one's going to be excited about it. No one's even going to know about it. They'd be like, what the hell is that? AIC? What does that mean? Don't leave it up to the imagination, right? Hard Rock. Oh, I've heard about Hard Rock, but I've never been to one. I think there's one around here. Are they near me? I mean, I don't follow them on social media. I don't. Are they there? Do they post things? Those are the things you have to do, and be in control. If you're a director of sales and marketing and you have your PR company doing your social media, remember that they work for you. Okay. And they should be doing things that you want them to do, that you need them to do. And sometimes these PR companies are not even in the same location that the hotel is located. So they're doing things that have nothing to do with your hotel or your area. I mean, just make sure, and sometimes they do, right? But make sure we know exactly what they're doing and we have a seat at the table and we have a say so on what they're doing. Because I'll give you a case in point. I was a director of sales and marketing at this one hotel. It was a independent hotel, it was a boutique hotel. And we had a PR company who was located in the Midwest. The PR company is located in the Midwest. I'm here in Southern California, outside of Los Angeles, right? And they were depending on us to send them photos so they can post them. And like they didn't know anything about the hotel, the demographics of the hotel, that we were down the street from CBS Studios and we were in the valley section of Los Angeles, right? So that's a whole different ball game compared to downtown Los Angeles or a Santa Monica or a beach city or something like that. So you have to market that hotel a lot different, right? There's 180 rooms, right? We had specific people that would stay at that hotel. Like I said, we're down the street from CBS Studios, so okay, it's kind of entertainment. And within that, there's a lot of like music studios. I mean, we would have musicians stay at the hotels too, right? So there's a lot of things that they weren't doing because they didn't know about. So I had to make sure they knew, well, you work for us, right? That's fine that you were doing before I got here, but these are things that we want because these are things that our guests or our area is looking for, okay? Not the things that you think because you're in the Midwest. And no knock against being in the Midwest. It's just that they were not familiar what was going on in the Valley section, the San Fernando Valley area of Los Angeles. So you have to make sure that we're all on the same page. So that's fine that you have a PR company, but the PR company should not dictate what you do. Okay. I've had that happen before where that someone I asked someone to be on my show, right? On air with this show, on air with Russell of Hotels. I asked him, come on and be a guest, and we can talk about you and the brand you represent, right? Which happened to be a destination, right? And well, the PR company says we shouldn't do it. Why? Because we're doing something else. I said, oh, so you're doing another podcast? You're doing something to talk about your hotel and yourself? You're doing all that already? Oh, that's fine. Oh, no, we're not doing that. It's just that it's not the right time. When is the right time to promote your business? Like 5 minutes ago, okay? Yesterday, 2 weeks ago. It's always a good time to promote your business, okay? In the right way. I understand, in the right way. It just kind of took me aback that you're so lost in what's going on here. It's all about creating awareness, right? It's all about being visible. And if your PR company is against that, get another PR company, okay? They don't have your best interest. And needless to say, the same people that I met with are no longer there. So I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying that sometimes we allow the PR company to dictate what we do instead of the other way around. Okay, so we should dictate to the PR company what's going on. So directors of sales and marketing, take control of your hotels. Okay, that's what I have to say. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience here. I'm not just shooting from the hip. I'm not just shooting from the hip. No, I'm letting people know that this is what's going on. So, and this is my observation. Okay, so let's see. Is that it? Yeah. So that was it. So once again, I'll have these put up on my website, russellofhotels.com. Just go to the blog, BLOG, and it will be there. Once again, number 1, showcase brand personality through storytelling. Number 2, elevate presence on LinkedIn or social media channels that you happen to use. You don't just have to be limited to LinkedIn. Do IG, do some of the other ones as well. Number 3, leverage user-generated content. Yeah, but give them something, right? And encourage people to do it. That's like I say, a free drink or a discount on this, discount on that. I mean, I would love to do that. Number 4, expand B2B brand awareness via industry events. Yeah, if you can host things, do that. If you can sponsor things like at a Click or at IMAX or a North Star event or what's the other ones? Smart Meetings or Connect, do it. And number 5, focus on visibility equals brand awareness equals brand excitement. You want people to be excited about your brand. But remember, the brand starts with you. You are the brand who represents the bigger brand. Okay. So anyway, that is it. So this was show number 315. So hopefully you guys understood what the heck I'm trying to do. And hopefully by next week, I'll have a better control, or I have a handle on this platform. So I'm using Restream. I'm gonna go back and take a look and see how it turned out. But you are able, one thing that I do like, you are able to make your comments in real time. That's one of the things that I was missing on the other thing. So you can be on LinkedIn, you can be on YouTube and make your comments in real time. I tested them because I tested them during the show and I can see it. So you can make comments as well. There you go. So once again, shout out to North Star Meetings. I appreciate the opportunity to to go to Small and Boutique Meetings, which was held at the Marriott in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I appreciate that. And also just the people that I met with, the new contacts that I made. I can't go through all of them, but I do appreciate the people that I met with and the people that I saw. Some people that I knew already. It's always good to run into people like Julie, with visit Cedar Rapids. That was good to meet with her yesterday, and hopefully we get a chance to come out there and check out her destination, my client and I, because I think that her location would be good for this particular group that I have. But it's all about timing. It's all about trying to get there, and get there for a site tour, because we have to see these things, right? So it's not about being sight unseen. Some groups are okay with the sight unseen thing, but there's some groups that that have to be there. They have to make sure it's the right energy, it's the right feel, it's the right vibe, and I get it. So anyway, but no, thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate that. So anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day, and let me try to get out of here. How do I get out of this thing? So there's so many buttons here. So it's all new to me, right? So bear with me. Anyway, you guys have a great day, great week. And I'll be doing the daily check-in tomorrow as well. So the daily check-in goes Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So tomorrow's Thursday, right? Today is Wednesday. I normally do On Air with Russell of Hotels on Tuesday, but because I was traveling yesterday, I couldn't do it. So that's why I'm doing it today. Okay, so this was show number 315. Next week will be show number 316, and it should be on Tuesday. So next Tuesday, look for On Air with Russell of Hotels. Okay, so that is it. Until next or till tomorrow, guys have a great day. And as always, peace.